is Nadia Beck, and I am the lead designer for the Gray Button. We are an apparel line that specializes in accessories, handbags, and hand-painted, handmade jewelry, earrings primarily, like what I have on. I got started designing when I moved back home to California and trying to figure out what my passion was. I came across a fashion school, so I enrolled in the Art Institute of Hollywood and I completed my fashion degree, and that just kind of kick-started my whole fashion career and how I ended up doing accessories. I've been doing accessories or designing accessories for about 10 years now. And I love it. I work for myself and I get to do what I love every single day. Okay, the process behind making jewelry starts with usually inspiration, like a color photo, anything from food to nature, and that kind of gives me a palette for color. And from there, I really don't think about it in advance. I just sit down and kind of start painting like an open canvas. That's for the jewelry. The handbags are a little bit different. I draw inspiration more on shapes and the fabrics. So that kind of brings everything together. The type of materials that I use for my handbags are cotton, leather. I'm really big on leather, obviously, and silks. A lot of drapery and upholstery fabrics go into my handbags. The process of making my handbags begins with patterns. Well, actually it begins with a sketch. So I start with a sketch and then I go into patterns. From there I start to sample out my design, and I do all the sewing and manufacturing and even the selling. So I'm just a one-man band, I guess. Yes, there are some differences from my previous raw shows versus now. I've actually grown a lot, so I've included a lot more jewelry, a few more handbag designs and leather. I'm doing a lot more custom color mixing with the leather dyes and staining, and more intricate drawing, I guess, on my earrings. Everything inspires me, actually. I would say more than anything, nature. Nature inspires me because there's just so many colors in nature, so that's where I draw most of my color inspirations from. Photographs, even just sitting outside, so that's where I get my inspiration. I see myself in the future having my own manufacturing in-house where I'm able to supply jobs and just be more in control and have my hands on everything. The Gray Button is a concept of taking old buttons that people usually discard and finding new purposes for them. I actually sew a unique button on everything that I make, and those buttons are donated to me from random people from around the world. So what that does for me, it kind of connects the fact that they are supporting me. And it reminds me at the end of those designs to sew that last button and just be grateful and thankful that people are here to support me and grow. The gray, because buttons are usually discarded. It's like people, when their clothes are old and they're torn up, it's like they just throw the whole garment away as if the buttons stopped working or they're no good anymore. And in history, buttons have had value. Like, they actually had worth, and you could tell people's worth by their buttons, and now we just don't even care about it. So the gray is just those hidden objects, and I just kind of reclaim them. Also, even though you might get a different color button on everything, gray just kind of sums it up. Okay, my name is Nadia Beck, and I am a raw artist.